Hello, I'm Professor Stevens, and this is GT 107 Technical Mathematics. The purpose of this course is for you to get a better understanding of the foundations of numbers and how to operate with them. In this course, we'll be studying whole numbers, integers, fractions, and then different things you can do with fractions and whole numbers and integers as a whole. For example, percents, ratios and proportions, and then finally leading up to how to do measurements and do measurement conversions and do them appropriately. So this class is mainly to get you to have the foundation of these numbers and how we use them in applied sciences and technology fields. For example, at one point I built a playground set for in elementary school. In elementary school, we decided to build our own sandbox and a cover with a pulley system in order for the teachers to very easily lift up the lift up the cover and to apply it back down and then just screw in very easily. In doing so, we knew how large of an area we had, and so we decided to make a regular shape. Regular means all the sides were the same length around and equal, and all angles were equal. So we decided to make a regular shape, and it ended up being best for us to have an octagon. And we wanted the top to be like a turtle shell. And so in doing so, we took our measurements and we realized how far out or how long each side could be so that it fit within the area of sand that we had, and how tall the cover needed to be so that it would have a light enough weight and easy for the teacher, as I said earlier, to pull it up. And so I got to use a lot of different measurements and then a lot of conversions as well in order to properly find this, because for some reason we decided to use the metric system when measuring, and then you go to the store to buy tools and buy wood and make cuts. It's not in that. It's in customary units. And so we'll talk about customary units as well. And so as you can see, just in like that one example of something that I just did as extracurricular, I was able to use mathematics to benefit others and to help others, building a playground in that instance for children. I've also done a lot of work with whole numbers, integers, and ratios and percents, especially so numbers as a whole. When it came to being a software developer and understanding how I specifically work for a medical software company, and so the ratios needed for instance getting a certain number of pills or how to split up how many you take per day, that kind of thing. Those calculations needed to be instance in the background, and so understanding the basic mathematic operations, I was able to very easily code that. And so it's not just in construction or in computer science programming when this is used. It's used in all sorts of fields. Some of you may be coming from industrial design. Some of you may be coming from fashion. Even in that, knowing how much fabric to buy, because you don't want to spend too much on fabric. You don't have extra laying around. You also don't want it to cut too short. But getting the basics on how to use these numbers and operate with them, and then also with the conversions of measurements, is very, very important. And so this course, the purpose of this course is to review over a lot of these basic mathematic principles that you do know, and some of you may feel that you don't know. It's to build your confidence that, hey, you can do this, or you do know how to do this, or if you didn't know how, you do now, and you can use this in your own field. But I really want to encourage you that you will take the things you learn and be able to use them in your day-to-day life, because math is everywhere around you. It's not when you're just seeking out to build a project or build something for someone, but when you go to the grocery store and you see prices on things and you make estimations on how much things cost. When you go to fill up at the tank, you know how much your car can hold. You automatically know, like, this is how much money that this is going to be about that I'm gonna have to spend on this, or how long it should take for your car to fill up then, because of where it starts at, how many gallons it has, how far you can travel on that tank of gas. Like, there's so many things that math just comes up automatically. A lot of times when I feel like I would be running late to work, um, and I would be going through the city. Great thing about this area, the General Phoenix area, is everything is on a grid system. Most of the state of Arizona is on a grid system. That means that things are blocked off. And so if you know where your major streets are, you know how far apart they are. Well, it turns out that 8 blocks equals 1 mile. And so a lot of times I would I would know if I was going to be to work on time, or I would decipher how much I needed to speed up by in order to get to work on time, um, based on how many blocks were left. So um, that's an interesting, cool thing I got to do, and I was able to teach that to some college kids once, so that they were able to help themselves get to work on time and get to school on time, get to class on time. So there are a lot of cool things that you can do with math. There's a lot of cool things that you already do with math that you may not even realize. But again, the purpose of this course is so that you can take these tools that, one, you already know, two, you're being reviewed on, or three, you're learning for the first time, and be able to confidently use them in whatever field that you go in whatever classroom you go in, and throughout your life in general. And so for some of you as well, so that you can give it to others. So GT 107 is the course, and let's get started.